Say she want the banana. It dey make her go bananas. Shawty wanna go Bahamas. One day, it dey make her lose balance. Put down for me, come farmer. If you be yo, I be the farmer. Child, I get day on Ghana. Let the money be till it be cool, man. If the vibe negative, my dear, don't bother. I be the pipe, I be the plumber. Don't worry, I be your controller. Come with your girlfriend, need your match, your my weight, oh my dollars. Come chop up money, come palace. Died like you day on banana. Let the money be till it be cool, banana. She want the banana. It dey make her go bananas. She wanna go Bahamas. One day, it dey make her lose balance. Put down for me, come farmer. If you be yo, I be the farmer. Child, I get day on Ghana. Let the money be till be cool, man. You wanna do the shit, giving me money. I go drop her, me she enter my eyes. In my bedroom, I'm be the supplier. Come on, I'm stop on, I'm no look at here. You wanna do the shit, giving me money. I go drop her, me she enter my eyes. In my bedroom, I'm be the supplier. Come on, I'm stop on, I'm no look at here. She want the banana. It dey make her go bananas. Shawty wanna go Bahamas. One day, it dey make her lose balance. Time for me, come farmer. If you be yo, I be the farmer. Child, I get day on Ghana. Let the money be till be cool, banana.
Troubles come and my heart burns deep, then I am still and wait here in the silence until you come and sit a while with me. You raise me up so I can stand on the mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulder. You raise me up to more than I can be. more than I can do. You raise me up, oh, so I can stand on mountains. Ooh, you raise me up just to walk on stormy sea. Yeah, well, I am strong when I am on your shoulder. You raise me up to more than I can be. Yes, raise me up to more than I can be.
everyday. Ọmọ kò káyé, ẹ̀sà lówó tàbí rariwo, ọmọ kò lálé o. Mo ti sáyé mo ti sọ̀gọ̀ mi ò máa mọ̀nà lé. Mo mọ bí mo ṣe ń jayé mi lálálẹ́ mi ò súnlé o.
Me I know how to step up my game. Cause no be them put food for my table. Everyone know it be they capable. But you go for when you see available. Competition you change. Everyone there one day. Every daddy one way. Ọmọ ológo one day. By competition you change. Everyone there one day. Every daddy one way. Ọmọ ológo one day.
Ẹ̀dọ́ kí ló pariwo, ariwo. Àwa ta fowó rariwo, gan pariwo. Ẹ̀dọ́ kí ló pariwo, ariwo. Àwa ta fowó rariwo, gan pariwo. Ṣé na you dey woo? Ṣé na you dey wet? Ṣé na you dey wawa? Ṣé na you dey kúrò? Ṣé na you dey pẹ́? Ṣé na you dey gaga?
Baby, I sing pass on the phone. I want to la le go. In the club, your girl came to me. Alone, fed by me, Joe. Don't be my fault. Seven door, only the back up. I had you. Where you met up? Where let's go? I be bad boy.
We
Ronaldo.
ballin' everyday. Ọmọ kò káyé, ẹ̀sà lówó tàbí rariwo, ọmọ kò lálé o. Mo ti sáyé mo ti sọ̀gọ̀ mi ò máa mọ̀nà lé. Mo mọ bí mo ṣe ń jayé mi lálálẹ́ mi ò súnlé o.
Me, I know how to step up my game. Cause no be them put food for my table. Everyone know it be they capable. But you go for when you see available. Competition you say. Everyone there one day. Every daddy one way. Ọmọ ológo one day. My competition you say. Everyone there one day. Every daddy one way. Ọmọ ológo one day.
Ẹ̀dọ́ kí ló pariwo, ariwo. Àwa ta fowó rariwo, gan pariwo. Ẹ̀dọ́ kí ló pariwo, ariwo. Àwa ta fowó rariwo, gan pariwo. Bọ́ọ̀lì everyday, ọmọ kò káyé. Ẹ̀sà lówó tàbí rariwo, ọmọ kò lálé o. Mo ti sáyé mo ti sọ̀gọ̀ mi ò máa mọ̀nà lé. Mo mọ bí mo ṣe ń jayé mi lálálẹ́ mi ò súnlé o.
Spirit Mix.
It's Young John, the wicked producer.
Leave keys.
I'm so deed of my bro, I'm sorry. It's no money, don't call me. It's been a long way coming. It no go make sense if you don't know the journey. I did do I promise mommy. Bad man got no worries. Was like yesterday. Mama tell me say make I wise up. Anytime I fall I go rise up. She say no be good look or stature. All this stuff I know. Anyhow it be. I got face my face, can't run from it. No stopping
I need to stop, I need to set. My light is never gonna die. Gonna go fire the devil. My light is forever gonna shine. It's all they don't know me from my area. Now I be hero to the guys. Because I came out so I conquer. My light is forever gonna shine. I just want to chill every day like ice water. Go cruise every day on top water. Nobody go borrow you umbrella on a rainy day. So I dey find the money, go where the money day. Every day I put my phone on DND. Flight mode, now money be they ginger me. Every day I am sipping my alcohol. Every day I am sipping my alcohol. Let's talk Calacutta, Maxi Mamacita. Sipping margarita, but with titi atirita. Girls in a yacht, shaking bomb in the tongue. Ball every day like I don't give a fuck.
I'm so deed of my bro, I'm sorry. It's no money, don't call me. It's been a long way coming. It no go make sense if you don't know the journey. I did do I promise mommy. Bad man got no worries.
Hey, I know go stop, I need to set. My light is never gonna die. Then I go fire devil. My light is forever gonna shine. Before they don't know me from my area. Now I'm the hero to the guys. Because I came out so I conquered. My light is forever gonna shine. Let's talk a lakuta, Benson Mamacita, sipping margarita, Colutiti Aturita. Girls in New York shaking bomb in the tongue. Call every day like I don't give a fuck.
I'm so deed of my bro, I'm sorry. It's no money, don't come. It's been a long way coming. It no go make sense if you don't know the journey. I did what I promised mommy. Bad man got no worries. I'm so deed of my bro, I'm sorry. It's no money, don't come. It's been a long way coming. It no go make sense if you don't know the journey. I did what I promised mommy. Bad man got no worries.
Yeah, what I have is what you desire. Even what I can't question. You know that's the lifestyle, God. You're my backbone,
When I am down, oh my soul so weary.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Savia Bosa featuring Mercy Chico and Henry Soul. Let's go.
My name is Mercy.
Yes, sir.
My name is Henry Soul with the wild elements.
Come on, Mercy.
Hey. Oh, Mary, oh, oh, Mary, oh, oh, la, 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 la. Oh, Mary, oh, hey. Oh, Mary, oh, oh, Mary, oh, oh, la, 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 la. Oh, Mary, oh, hey. The blessings you give to me, I'm out of it, talk, I'm not alone. And when I look around me, your favor, your mercy is all that I see. You talk me around and you carry my sin. What man cannot do, now if you let me fly away. See the air I breathe, not free. The things you do for me, not free. I said it all, now you the leader. See the air I breathe, not free. The things you do for me, not free. I said it all, now you the leader. Let you let it, let you let it, let you let it.
There's no place for argument. You are God, you are God. Say you are the living God. You are God. Hey, from beginning to the end. There's no place for argument. Oh, you are God. You are the only God. Hey. There is no place for argument. Oh, you are God yourself. You've got times and seasons in your hands. You called for light out of darkness. Hey, you don't need a man to be the God you are. Oh, for you have chosen to call me your own. You've got times and our seasons in your hands. And in Port Harcourt, you are calling for light out of the darkness, out of the ashes. Hey, you don't need a man to be the God you are.
This is how we follow Bala.
Hey, you
You
have
are
chosen. Hey, for me. Say you are the living God. You are
God.
hey.
Oh, when to go? Sound check. Check one mic. Testing the microphone. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Sound check. Audible. Go. 1, 2. Check one mic. Testing the mic. Test. Text 2. 1, 2. Go. Transmitting. You can join us in the YouTube streaming live. Checking the mic. 1, 2. Tests 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Muffles 1, 2. Checking. Bass 1, 2. Bass 1, 2. You're all welcome to this great day. In a fewer time, we roll the program. Yes. Fewer time now, we check 2.
To have worship His Majesty just before February.
We roll the
Before
game.
elections. Do you know we
Streaming.
we can control the outcome of next month's election? When we declare that He is Lord, we mean He is in charge.
Easy sound.
We mean He's the owner. Isaiah says, associate yourselves, all ye people, and it shall be broken in pieces. Father, we declare everyone ganging up against Nigeria, against Port Harcourt, as we declare your Lordship, let them be scattered. At the sound of the trumpet,
Gentlemen and
when I
ladies,
begin to blow the trumpet as we sing this song,
distinguished
you will raise your voice like a
presidents,
trumpet. You will raise your voice.
Go.
Our worship is also warfare. Are you ready? Say yes, you are the Lord. Yes, you are. Over this land, most hey, most high. Yes, you are the Lord. Yes, you are. Over every life, over every home, we declare.
Yes, you are. In Abuja, in Lagos, in Port Harcourt, in Akwa Ibom, we release a sound. We release a sound of victory. We release a sound of hallelujah. You are the Lord over every health, over every church, over every ministry. Can you lift your voice like a trumpet?
Okay.
You raise me up to more than I can be.
Good afternoon, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. I thank you very much for taking a little more extra time from the original scheduled time we actually gave you to begin. But I promise you we're beginning right now and everything would run very smoothly. Once again, good afternoon. My name is Cecile Egbele and I'll run the show till the end. And together I hope we'll have a good time. And I would like to formally welcome us all to today's book presentation. It's not easy to pen down a book. I have tried that a couple of times and have not succeeded. And getting to see one do this, it's a big deal. So I thank you very much for honoring us here with your presence. I would like to recognize a number of persons, just so we know we are all very important and special guests. But we need a couple of persons to fill this side of the arena. I would like to very respectfully, call on the podium, call on stage to take the first seat on this side of the table. I'm talking about the chairman of today's occasion. He is Mr. Felix Edoka, the immediate past registrar, National Open University. Let's give him a round of applause as he makes his way to this side of the arena. Okay, that is the chairman making his way there. Lizzie, you want to do us the honor of escorting him? Thank you. Well, maybe I should just go straight up into call on to sit right next to him, the man for whom we are all gathered here, to take his seat right next to the chairman of this occasion. I'm talking about Mr. Matthews Otalike, Knight of St. Gregory, the author of today, and his wife, Mrs. Bridget Otalike, to please join the chairman at the table. Thank you very much, sir and ma. I would like to very respectfully also call on the representative of Honorable Dr. Abdullahi Waziri Tambawa. He is here in the person of Muhammad Bello. Please do well to join them. Thank you very much, Mr. Muhammad Bello. Mr. Richard Ayo of the University of Liverpool alumnus, I hear that you are also supposed to be at this side of the arena. Please do us the honor. Thank you. All right, he smiles, but he's making his way here. Thank you. Chief Chris Sunyeziligbo, please, you are also supposed to join this side of the table. Thank you very much. All right, that's the Chief Chris making his way here. Thank you, thank you. I would like to also call on to join the table Chief M.K. Usman, the Ochai Eje Olamagboro. Then I tried. Thank you. You should give me some applause for that. All right, he's a chief, and he's also going to grace us with his very distinguished presence at this side of the arena and, of course, this event. As I go on, I would recognize and appreciate a couple of more of us. So let me quickly call on Dame Grace Zegi. She's a Papa medalist from Kaduna Province. Ma, thank you very much, and you're welcome. I'd like to recognize if Chief Obi Okoye here yet. I can't see him, but I know he was here a while ago. All right, I would like to also appreciate and recognize another alumnus of the University of Liverpool. He is Akpandem James. Mr. Akpandem James, please a round of applause for him. Also an alumnus of the University of Liverpool is Emeka Chukwu. Please a round of applause for him too. You know, there are a couple of more names I would recognize and appreciate, but just to let you know, you are special for you to be invited and be present here wherever you are sitting at the side of the arena. We just want to say you're welcome, and please, you are special. All right. Moving on now, I'd like to call on someone to take us through on the opening prayer, and that person is Reverend Sister Amodu. Sister Amodu, please. Let's give Reverend Sister a round of applause. She's coming to take the opening prayer.
Our help is in the name of the Lord. In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Heavenly Father, we thank you, we glorify your holy name because of this day. We thank you for all that you have done in our life, and we continue to pray, and we continue to ask you, may you come and take all the glory and all the honor in the mighty name of Jesus. We commit this arena into your care. Ask you, may you come and start with us and end with us in the mighty name of Jesus. We pray that may you come and lead us successfully for wherever we come from to this occasion today. And may all glory and honor be unto your holy name. In Jesus' mighty name we pray. For this we pray through Christ our Lord. In the name of the Father, of the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, sister, for that opening prayer. And with that opening prayer, we're formally kicking off today's book presentation. Very quickly, the representative of the Executive Director News has just walked in, Mohammed Ali. Thank you very much and welcome. I would also all right, thank you very much. And I would like to invite to join the table here Barrister Emmanuel Agada. Please, a round of applause as he comes here. Former Director Multi-Channels, Hajia Maimuna Garba is also here. And the author would like to have you join him. He says you are his longtime friend and colleague, and he really would like to have you at this side. Thank you very much, Ma, for coming around. I would like to also recognize one who is already here, the Director, NTA Multi-Channel, Mr. Yoen Kwange. He's here. Thank you for coming around. Apologies. Yoen Kwange is representing the Executive Director News. Okay. Welcome, Ma. Nice to see you again. All right. Moving on now, I would like us to have a word of welcome, and this word of welcome, of course, will be given to us by the chairman of this occasion, Mr. Felix Edoka. A round of applause for him, please. Hello.
I didn't know whether the MC established the protocol for this ceremony so that I can, plead to benefit from it. But so that I don't run foul of the process, let me also do the little that I can. By now, recognizing the author of the book that we are about to present, Sir Matthews Otalike. I welcome also his spouse, Mrs. Otalike. On my left, one of our traditional rulers from the village, who is always with us anytime we will do any ceremony here in Abuja, the Ochai of Olamaboro. And then when you hear the title like that, the greeting is Paleko. You are welcome. Every member of the high table, welcome all of us to this brief ceremony, I will say. I would like to begin by apologizing that we are starting this ceremony a little behind the scheduled time. I know the MC had already tendered the apology, but I need to add my voice because I was actually responsible for the shift in time. The author wanted us to start at the record time, and I told him, look, this word, we are Africans. There's no way you can easily, quickly push it away from us. So I apologize for the little delay. Now we are gathered for something that is already known to all of us. A brother, a colleague, a friend, a husband, in person of Sir Matthews Otalike, has spent his precious time, sat down and put some thoughts, some pieces and everything you can think of together in pursuit of his ideas of making NTA activities and services very appreciable to the public. We know they have been doing their job as they are supposed to do, but he had considered necessary to at least put down something, especially for the young ones that are coming. And so we are here to celebrate celebrate him and to appreciate him for what he has been able to do. We thank all of us that are gathered here who took time out of our tight schedule to answer this call, and we pray that when it is our turn to be celebrated, well, I think I have a loud voice, so I can. So I was saying that we thank everybody for finding time to join us for this ceremony, and that what we are about to do is a celebration of someone who has decided to put on the public domain his intellectual property. It's not easy to write a book. I work in a university system, and I know what it means. I know what it takes also to write a book. So Matthew has done what we normally know to be the doings of academia. Those that are in tertiary institutions, they are the ones that think that the job of writing, putting together one's thought belongs to them. But he is not in the academia, but I tell you that if you go through the book, because I have done so, I have the privilege of reading some of the chapters of the book, and I know that he has done what Napoleon could not do. So we thank you again, sir, for that piece that you have put together. Before I round up, it's not a speech making day anyway, but I would like to take this opportunity to share of this ceremony to urge the NTA management to ensure that this book gets to every staff of NTA. I know it is all about presentation skills, television presentation skills. It's not something that you can easily buy from the market. But if you have the opportunity of someone who is ready to put his ideas across to the public, I think it's good to encourage him. So I will urge the NTA management to ensure that this book gets to every member of their staff. Having said that, I would like to welcome you again and then hand over the mic to the MC to continue from where I have stopped. Thank you.
A round of applause for the chairman. And so I guess I should start again and welcome you all. Did I try? Listen, that's the point where you give me a round of applause. Thank you very much, and that's a welcome. I would like to invite to join the side of the table a representative of Mrs. Aishatu N. Mohammed. I would like to recognize Mr. and Mrs. Peter Otalike of the Federal Ministry of Housing. Please, a round of applause for them. Before we get, thank you and welcome, sir. Before we get to invite the book reviewer to tell us what's contained in this 266-page book, I would like to quickly run through a quick short profile of the man for whom we are all gathered. I guess it must mean different things to different of us because we have met him at different points in our lives, sometimes in different personalities and positions. But very quickly, I would like to introduce him to you. He started a diploma in television journalism and mass communication in the School of Journalism and Television in Berkshire, UK. He had a higher diploma in mass communication in University UDUS. He had a postgraduate program in development studies at BUK and capped it with a master's degree at the University of Liverpool. He rose through the ranks in the Nigerian Television Authority and retired in the directorate cadre as Deputy Director News and Zonal Director, NTA Enugu Zonal Network Center. Many of us were in Enugu Zonal Network Center in NTA then who met him. I know a number of NTA persons who've told me that they met him through this time in NTA. He has produced and presented documentary footprints on many personalities in Nigeria. He also produced and presented Panorama on NTA and also produced and presented Nigeria Decides during elections in Sokoto, Enugu, Anambra, Bayelsa, and Cross River State election. He's an all-rounded journalist. Such he has put in most of his vast knowledge in this book we will be unveiling today. He is easily remembered with his popular and sign-out phrase, Matthews Otalike, NTA News. He rose to the zenith. He rose to the zenith of his news career in the directorate cadre before retiring from public service at the Southeast Zonal Center of Enugu Zonal Center as Zonal Director. One of his documentary productions, Footprint, earned him the award of a functional, traditional title, which he will tell us when he gets here, but that title is from Enugu State. The author taught television news presentation and online journalism at the NTA TV College in Jos, an affiliate of the prestigious Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria. The book is a testament of his studies and experience in presentation. And of course, he has a son that I know, maybe there's another here in the NTA, Engineer Martins Otalike. A round of applause for Mr. Matthews Otalike, please. This is a point where I will hand over and call on here the stage the book reviewer, Mr. Emeka Okpala, to please review this book for us and tell us what's in it. A round of applause for the book reviewer. All right, I think he stepped out very briefly, so we are going to hear from him very, very soon and very shortly. I would like to call on the representative of the Executive Director News, Mr. Yoen Kwange, to please give us a word or two of goodwill.
Good morning, Chairman. Good morning, the author. Good morning to you all at the high table. Good afternoon, all. Well, Matthews Otalike is somebody we all know in NTA circles and beyond, and we all know that he is somebody who is meticulous, who does things the best way he can do, and they always turn out to be worth the while. I remember the last elections when Matthews came to train our staff here on covering of elections. We had a very good outing. So we are confident that the book he has written is a book that will help young upcoming journalists to do the job the best way they ought to do it. I will also say that Matthews is somebody who has given his dues and paid his dues to the broadcast industry from NTA and beyond, and we know that this book he has written is a book that is going to help a lot in ensuring that the broadcast industry, as we are seeing it now, unfolding in leaps and bounds because of new technologies, new everything that's happening, we know that this book is going to be a pointer and a companion to those who want to excel in the new order in broadcasting. We are proud of Matthew Otalike, our Oga, We are proud of what he has done, and we're very proud that it is an NTA that he chose to come and present this book to the world. So we thank him very much, and we hope that the book actually does what it is written and meant to do. Thank you all.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Yoen Kwange. He's representing the Executive Director News, and he said it. The book is intended to do so many things, and I hope we all try to tap into it. And at the end of today, I believe we'll all go home. We should all go home with at least a copy of the book. When I say at least a copy, I mean you can get like 10 copies. All right, while the representative of the EDN was making a speech, the Executive Director Engineering walked in, and he's seated here. Very quickly, I will invite him, and he is Engineer Stephen Moses Okbanachi. Thank you.
Good afternoon, all. I want to start by apologizing for coming late. I was duly informed this event is coming up by 12 o'clock. I hope my elder brother will accept my sincere apologies. However, it is not my fault. There were a lot of challenges. You will all agree with me, we lost our board chairman. So in the next few minutes, we'll be heading to the airport for the service of song and eventually for the burial. I want to apologize too. I do not know all the people in high table, so I want to believe Yohan Kwange, while he was making his speech, had taken care of all the protocol. I will, on that note, want to lean on that well-established protocol in the assumption. We want to thank you, Matthew Otalike. There is always confusion between Matthew Otalike and Martin Otalike. I have no surprise that he will publish a book. I was whispering a few minutes ago, attacking Yohan Kwange and the head of Repertoria. I was expecting here to be filled up, because I have no doubt in my mind. I have not read through the content of the book. I know it has to do with broadcasting. I remember clearly in the year 1987-88, I was a youth corper in NTA Sokoto. Then you wrote one book, and I was not surprised when I got the card that you are launching another book. But I know our problem in Nigeria today. When you want to hide any important information, put it inside the book. Most people do not read. And I think I'm not really happy. I was expecting to see more people in the news, more people in engineering, more people in programs, and specifically in the entire NTA. But I know we have one reason or the other to do. So I'm really happy. We celebrate with you. And we want to use this medium too to thank you for equipping your son with all the skills and the necessary technology. He is one of the best engineers in NTA. Any controversy? No controversy. I can see everybody. So, his leadership by example, like father, like son. I recommend that book. I will also collect my copy, although I'm not a reporter, neither am I a journalist, but already, by implication, I've been into the broadcast industry for over 3 decades now. So I think I should be able to speak the journalistic language with you. So I have no doubt in my mind the content of the book, particularly the younger ones coming in. It will be of importance and of great relevance to you. On that note, I want to thank you on behalf of Engineering Directorate. I will not disclose the amount. We want to support this book. We'll keep it one in engineering copy, and I will keep one in engineering library, and I got one my own personal copy. So on that note, I want to congratulate you and thank you too, because your book launch have brought one person who abandoned us here. And I was looking at the face. I want to thank you and God bless you.
Okay, he just whispered that, and the fourth one for me. True or true? True. Good. Thank you very much. That's the Executive Director News, Engineer Stephen Moses Okwanachi, giving us his goodwill message. And very quickly, before I call on the next person for the goodwill message, I'd like to recognize the presence of Abdurrahman Ibn Mohammed, the former General Manager, NTA International, and parliamentarian and the Sports Parliament. You're welcome, sir. Also here we have the GM, NTA Language Channel, Asabe Akmodi. She's also here with us. Thank you very much for being with us, ma. Still moving on with our goodwill messages, I would like to call on our chief, who has graced us with his presence at this side of the table, talking about Chief M.K. Usman Ochai Eje of Olamaburu. Baleko. Yes.
Thank you. Good afternoon and good morning here, like your hand taught me. One side is good morning, the other side is good afternoon. Thank you very much. At the moment, I'm shy to camera, but those days, while we were in NTA, I wasn't shy to camera. It might interest you to note that I grew up in NTA. We were the early actors with Titus Workshop and Samanja series. I'm the Akpai character in the script. With the memory of Joe Ajiboye of the blessed memory. I'm happy and proud that my elder brother here, though Chief was said to be the father of the community, but Chief also have his own father. I am not a licensed author, but the author of today taught me how to publish a specialized book, and he was the editor of that book, Motor Vehicle Specialized Magazine. That's in 2006. The skill behind, or the power behind this new book that he wrote, we may not understand it now. It will create jobs for the young people using their phone as a skit, or how do you call it? It will create jobs, it will make many to be self-reliant, because everybody is a photographer now. Everybody is a film producer. Even husband and wife, if you study this, you know how to direct your own film in your own house. Thank God for NTA. NTA used to be the only television station in Nigeria, and up to today, you are the leader. I need to be conscious, because where you have a lot of journalists and academicians, your English will be outright addicted, and the mistakes there will be in Guinness Book of Record. So let me mind my business, because we have another brother who is academician, and the rest of you. I think that is why the mic is protesting too. Okay. Sorry.
Don't worry.
I don't know the protocol now. I want to have some of the books, but I'll wait for.
We'll do unveiling first.
After then we'll now talk about how to get the book. Yes. Thank you very much. You are welcome.
In a moment, we'll take the unveiling, and that's very, very soon. All right, moving on. I would like to call on, I think, the chairman of the University of Liverpool alumnus, Mr. Richard Ayo, to give us his goodwill message.
Thank you very much. I'd also like to stand on all existing protocol. I'd first like to congratulate Sir Matthew again and his lovely wife. Congratulations for all you do. Congratulations for the book. Like everyone has said, we know that it's going to be rich. We know that this has stemmed from your vast years of experience in media, and this is what you have brought to bear, even to pass on to the next generation, which is such a vital thing. And also on behalf of the University of Liverpool alumni in Nigeria, we say congratulations. Just as much as you are being spoken about here, the same thing is what we have on our end. You've been a very strong and supportive member of the alumni, and we wish you well. We'll always be there to celebrate and support you, and we know that many more books are in the offering, and we'll still be here to come and celebrate you. Congratulations again, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. Very quickly, before I call on the book reviewer to review the book, I would like to recognize the presence of the General Manager, NTA Entertainment, Teni Ajayi. You're welcome, ma. Her hair is always a trademark, and you can't miss it anywhere. All right. I would also like to recognize, apologies, the representative of Ms. Danladi Bako. Of course, many of us would know him in his days in NTA, and he is here represented by the head of department, Theatre and Performing Arts by Bayero University, Kano, and the representative is Dr. Olagoke Ifentimei. You're welcome, sir. That's him over there. All right, it's time for us to take a peep into the book through the eyes and the voice and the person of the book reviewer, Emeka Okpala. A round of applause for him.
Chairman of the occasion, members of the high table, permit me to stand on the existing protocol. Before I review the book written by my master and mentor, I want to, as a teacher, do a little preamble. In education, the teacher is meant to start his lecture with what they call entry behavior. That entry behavior is expected to put the students at alert so that they will get the message of the teacher. My entry behavior is on my experience as a member of the family called NTA. The truth is that the NTA I met 32 years ago is truly not the NTA I saw today. Then NTA was like a family. The cry of one affects the other. And I prayed God to give me the opportunity to be in NTA. And that prayer was answered in 1990. And I became a member of NTA family. I thank God for that opportunity because NTA made me what I am today. If there is anybody who will feel fulfilled as a human being, I am fulfilled and ready even to die now. Because I have achieved all that I told God to give me the opportunity to achieve, courtesy of NTA. But I will tell you a story. I told you before my review is here, but I'm in preamble. In NTA, I saw the good, the bad, and the ugly. And these three things made me what I am today. It made me a stand as tough. I came from a poor family, and in NTA I learned that with little effort, you can face any challenges. I recall with nostalgia that the Ike Kweremadu you fear today, there was a time without me he will not drive his car. But he did not know that I'm existing now. But I don't care. In NTA, I met good people, very loving people. I also met some who, if they had that opportunity, they would have destroyed me. But because I'm a Christian from a Catholic background, we were taught to make friends your enemies. In NTA, so many people impacted on my life positively. So many people. So my message in my preamble is that if you find yourself, if you are given an opportunity to lead as a manager, no matter the type of opportunity you're given, try to impact on the life of those below. These are the people you will meet when you are old. So in NTA, so many people impacted positively on my life. And the top among them is the man I'm about to review his book. When I was struggling to be a man, to add some feathers to my academic qualifications, those who are supposed to support me were even about destroying me. Otalike came. My problem then was that I must tell my boss the truth. You will not believe that for 7 times I was transferred in NTA, but there are some who spent 30 years in one station, but I was transferred more than 7 times. The reason was that I was struggling to be a man coming from a poor family. I tried to study, not minding I faced my work. Otalike came and said, stop disturbing this young man. He's doing his work. Have he failed his duties? Allow him. I enrolled to read law, which is supposed to take 6 years. I studied law for 9 years. Because anytime I'm to write an exam, my boss then will send me to JOS. There's no course in JOS I did not attend, including the one that is meant for primary school children. And as they are sending me to JOS, they didn't know that they are preparing me for today. I became an encyclopedia of mass communication. Otalike came and became a father. There are those people also, not only Otalike. God will not forgive me if I fail to forget or remember somebody like Peter Ego. He taught me how to persevere and how to be a good producer. He taught me how to use the talent in me to achieve my success. Walt Anaji also did the same. There are so many. There are some colleagues like Obi Okoye who also encouraged me. Emeka Obinwa. There are also others, too many to mention, including the present executive director of programs, Wole Keka, who forced me to start Igbo channel or language channels with nothing. And I was running around. He said, you must do it. Without funding, we started the language channel. And I watch the channel today, and I'm happy. Some people don't know how it started. God will bless Wole Keka for giving me that opportunity. And so, let me now review my book. The review of the book written by Matthew Otalike, television presentation. Imagine being told by somebody who is not only a boss but a mentor to go through a 211-page book he wrote, edit and write a foreword for the book. This is a man in the last 2 decades was my assistant director of news and later my zonal director at Nigerian Television Authority NTA Enugu Zonal Center. The man who on several occasions will call me into his office to scold me after going through my reports, or when he discovers that an error in my news presentation. As an assistant manager news then, we learned a lot from the tutelage of Matthew Otalike, somebody whose name was ringing bell many years ago in faraway NTA Sokoto. Somebody whose name rang bell, both as a State House correspondent and a reporter. Where will I start to examine the work of this great broadcaster titled Presentation Scale? You can now see my predicament. But on a second thought, I recall that challenges are made for man, believing that in academics there is no person who knows it all. Because no one is an encyclopedia of knowledge. The author also captured this in his chapter 9 and 10, where he told us what to do when live broadcast is going wrong and what to do to be a good presenter. Again, I remember walking into the office of the head of the Department of Mass Communication, Chukwu Emeka Odumegwu Ojukwu University, 12 years ago, to do my documentation when I was approached and appointed an adjunct lecturer in that department. Guess who my HOD then was? Professor Mrs. Angela Nwammo Ne Ego. Somebody I taught in class between 1992 to 1996 as my student in Enugu. Now my boss, and almost a professor then. 2 other former students of mine in the same class with her, we are all in the same department as professors. Professor Nwammo Ego was ready even then to guide me through my PhD work. What a world! With above courage, I accepted to go through the well-researched work and saw that the book is a masterpiece written by a man full of experience in broadcast industry. I realized that the book is the author's experience in the industry and classroom. From chapter 1 to 4, the author took time to explain the meaning of presentation, developing presentation capacity, voice development for presentation, elements of presentation, qualities of a presenter, presentation skills, etc. Of most importance is his work on chapter 4 and 5, where he explained the use of teleprompter and how it can aid presentation. Chapter 4 is focused on how to train our voice for good presentation. The author again demonstrated his experience aided with obvious research in chapter 7 and 8. There the reader will learn much about how to report from location, how to handle microphones to achieve good sound, and tips on how to master pronunciations. In the present media practice, presentation is key, and practitioners must acquire the skill to excel. Too many broadcast stations are available today in the country, each struggling to outdo the other, as they face the patronage and market. Stations with skilled presenters will actually attract more customers. For television presenters who have the onions, will help the station to retain their audience. This will mean more money for the station and more better programs. Money is program, and good programs make good station. The truth is that stations without good presenters will not stand the present economic realities of our time and will surely go into extinct. With my experience as a lecturer in mass communication for 30 years and general manager Nigerian Television Authority (NTA) for 7 years, I have no doubt that this book, written by a professional in the person of Matthew Otalike, will help both today and future broadcasters in the country. I strongly recommend it to all lecturers and students of mass communication, including broadcasters. Presenters should also make it a handbook as a guide to acquire more skills for my over 2 decades in the industry. This is a book I never read. It is a must to read for media practitioners. Thank you for listening. Barrister Emeka Okpala, NTA.
Did I just hear him say Barrister Emeka Okpala, NTA News? All right, thank you very much. That's the book reviewer, Barrister Emeka Okpala, former Dean of Studies, NTA TV College Jos, and former General Manager, NTA Yanagua. Once again, let's give him a round of applause. All right, well, his review was ongoing, which I believe we all appreciated a whole lot, from the preamble when he talked a whole lot about himself and how NTA have made him thick. A couple of individuals walked in, and I would like to recognize and appreciate their presence. They are friends of the author. Chief Obi Okoye is here with us. Chief Obi Okoye was here with us in the NTA and retired here. Also alongside him is Chief Obioma Awazie. He's also here with us. Thank you very much. It's time for us to see what's beneath the table over there. All right, it's time for us to unveil the book, and I would like to, at this point, hand over to the chairman to take it up from here. So, Chairman, sir.
Thank you, MC. I would like to humbly invite all the members of the high table to follow me to the other side for the unveiling.
Well done.
Yeah, please come down. Let's do this in brief. Yeah. Yeah. We are closing it now. We have had all that we needed to hear from the book reviewer about the book that we are about to unveil. To the glory of God Almighty, and by the power that the MC and all of you confide on me as chair of this today's occasion, I want to unveil these books that we are about to present for the benefit of Nigerians and beyond. MC, get back to our seat.
All right, with the formal unveiling launch to the glory of God, it's time for us to tell the author, you've done a good job. You deserve some accolades. So even though whatever we might be launching today may not actually amount to the vast knowledge contained in the book, but it's a way of saying I appreciate your efforts and well done. So this is the launch proper. Okay, that's the book showing on the screen for those who are, okay, the book was showing on the screen. All right, that's the book showing on the screen there. All right, the book is titled Praise Television Presentations. And from the review, we've heard a couple of the content contained in it. We might think we are very vast and very good in public speaking and presentation, but you just can't be too sure. There's something you'll be learning from this. All right, from the chairman and the other members of the table, you please do a quick launch of the book.
I am up on my feet once more. I've gotten to the most critical stage, the stage where we will have to appreciate Sir Matthew Otalike and also encourage him to continue the good work that he's into. I know him as a brother that is a prolific writer. I know that after this one, more will follow. His first test years ago was renew the face of the earth. A very nice test. I believe that this one is even much, much better. It's like I'm combining two roles. Usually there should be a chief launcher to launch the book first. So the chairman is playing that role. And I want to appeal and plead that as well, that we shouldn't look at what the chairman is going to, the paltry sum that the chairman is going to announce for launching of the book, but that we should just do our best, whatever we decided from home to use in launching the book. That's what we should actually announce or bring out. Don't say that because the chairman has given 1 naira, I'm going to give 50 kobo. No, please. Let's encourage the young man to continue to publish. Having said that, on behalf of my wife, who is unavoidably absent for reason of ill health, I'd like to launch 2 copies. With, before I announce the amount, let me also tell us that we have the books in cartons here. Don't say that these are all the books that we brought for launching. So one person can even carry the whole of this, then we'll bring more. Yeah. So I am launching 2 copies of it, one for me and one for my wife, with a sum of 500,000. So this is the other MC that we are going to follow. All the members of the high table will finish from here, then we'll go to the other pavilions until we end the assembly.
Perfect, sir. All right, I guess, Chief, you want to have the microphone now, please? Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. When I grow up, I will act like you. I'm not launching, I'm buying. I will buy 2 copies for 100,000 naira. But I appeal, those who have the capacity to do more, please do.
Yeah, let's finish from the left.
Good afternoon. My being present here essentially is because Brother Matthew Otalike have been known to me as far back as in 1983, 84, 85, up to date. And we know in the circle of the church, Catholic Charismatic Renewal of Nigeria. We're all praising him on this road, but in the Catholic Forum, he is a very big writer. He had a lot of jottings and writings he did. I've retired for about close to 16 years now. And as an old man, we are dependent on our children to support us. This information came a little too close to me that I couldn't mobilize much. But what I will do is that I have a token I should give to my brother to support him. And that I will do before I. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon, everybody. On the lighter side, the Chief Launcher Education has done it all for us. We, on the sidelines, from my own humble self, I'll convey to him later what I intend, my humble donation to him. Thank you.
All right, Hajia Garba says she will convey to him the big envelope she will give later. Thank you.
My name is Mohammed Bello. I'm here to present Dr. Honorable Abdullahi Tambuwal, who is unavoidably absent. He sent his goodwill messages to the author, and he asked me to buy 4 copies of the book at the cost of 200,000 naira. Thank you.
All right, that's representative of Honorable Tambuwal. All right, sir.
Thank you. I will buy a copy for 50,000, and then.
All right, thank you very much. Let's get to the Executive Director news.
I am his rep, I'm not the Indian. The Indian said, this is our launching in our house, and we have a policy in NTA about book launches. And Mr. Otalike knows. So you will first of all do the needful and give NTA the 15 copies for 100,000.
All right, thank you very much, representative of the Executive Director news, and he says he'll pick one for himself later for an undisclosed sum. Okay, good book reviewer, I'll come back to you.
Abbas Chiroma, representing Director Special Project Unit, Federal Ministry of Works and Housing. She has sent a good will messages to the book. I'm taking one 50,000 naira.
Good afternoon, sir. And starting on the existing protocol, I am launching the book on behalf of my family. That is myself and my gorgeous wife sitting over there with a sum of 100,000 naira.
100,000 naira. Thank you very much for himself and his gorgeous wife, whom I didn't know was here, who would have been joining him at this side of the table. All right, while I will enjoin Elizabeth to please take on the microphone for those there. Okay, someone is there already, but just quickly before then, I would like to recognize the presence of a former Deputy Director of the NTA, Mr. Ima Okondo. He's here with us. Yes, he's here with us. Okay, Ima, let's see you. Okay, that's him. All right. Okay, well, it's very quickly and easy. Who is holding the microphone? Just in front of Mr. Ima Okondo, we have the representative of Danladi Bako. He's going to give a very short goodwill message from Mr. Danladi Bako, and then you can do the launch. Thank you.
Thank you so much. On behalf of the Koguna, I want to congratulate the author and appreciate him for what he has done. In our society today where mentorship is in crisis, people are growing and they are literally removing ladders after them. We are glad that he is here, and from other goodwill messages I've heard, he has mentored people and he has raised them to positions and capacities of leadership. And now that he's retired, he's leaving behind a book for a generation that will seek to study from his own experiences and even excel much more than he has. So thank you so much for this mentorship and for this history-making book launch. That said, the Koguna has intimated me that he will privately relate his contribution, and the amount is launching the book to the author privately. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you very much. And just to know, he's the head of department, Theatre and Performing Art by University Kano. All right, move on the microphone. Maybe we can talk to Mr. Ima Okondo now. Yes, it's you.
Good afternoon, Chairman of this event, those on the high table, my colleagues in NTA, who I still regard as my colleagues. You are stumbling on me. You know, some of us, we are out to report behind the scene, but sometimes in public events like this, it's very difficult for us. Anyway, I sincerely want to thank the author, Matthew Otalike. I was told yesterday, and I just said I needed to be here. Just my presence, I just suppose or presuppose, is to support him in what he's doing and what he has just done. I must confess that putting together a book is not easy. I've been battling with mine for some time now, and when I just heard his book is coming up, I said, hey, I need to be here. Let me see what he's offering and how I can follow his footsteps. I'm going to get a copy of the book. I'll announce my donation quietly as I get a copy of the book. Meanwhile, I say congrats to him. Thank God for what he has achieved for himself. But I do hope that other members of staff of NTA should pick up from what he has done. It's very, very important. Keep your records for those in journalism or programs or even marketing, even administration. Please, keep your records, and you can do something like this at the end of the day. Once again, congratulations, Mr. Otalike. Thank you.
All right, that's Mr. Ima Okondo, who, when I was serving, made me cry. Yes, I've waited from 2 o'clock waiting to edit a story for 9 p.m. news. At 9 p.m. he comes and they say, it is a must go. Ha! I've waited 7 hours. It's my turn to edit and they say this story is a must go. All right, a round of applause for Mr. Okondo. All right, pass on the microphone to the next. So any other person around there who would like to launch?
Mr. Chairman, members of the high table, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Sir Dr. Rebon Dumike. I happen to know Sir Otalike because we were among the people that Bishop Kuka, I think around the 25th of February, we had investiture as Papa Knights in the Diocese of Sokoto State. I got the invitation some time ago, but I happened to be passing by, and I happened to be around today, so I feel it's important for me to come and, witness this occasion, and also congratulate him and encourage him for what he has done. So on behalf of my family, I want to buy one copy with the sum of 50,000 naira.
Wow, thank you very much. Okay, 50,000 naira cash. Thank you. I hear someone from this side would like to talk. Mr. Obi Okoye, did you say you want to launch? Hey, Jesus, did I just say that? Chief Obi Okoye, apologies.
The chairman, the book reviewer, the author, all other protocols observed. I'm not here to launch because I'm a part of the system of what is going on today. But I just want to appreciate my good friend and boss, my mentor and motivator. I call him the Matthews. One-head number. Most of you may know the meaning of one-head number. If you don't know, Franca will do justice to that later. Thank you very much. I started appreciating the man, the Matthews, before I met him. Because each time the network news comes from Sokoto, it is Matthews Otalike reporting. Every time the news comes from Sokoto. And I started asking myself, was this man the GM, the reporter, and the news manager? Because I've never heard of any other voice except Matthews Otalike reporting. And the day I met him, it was a wonderful meeting. And I'm happy to say that he motivated me when I left the headquarters to Okigwe to an unknown television house that was never on air and has never been on air till now. But he motivated me and said, don't lose hope. He gave me guidelines of what I will do, and I did that. And this time my story comes on network because I have no other place to except Enugu and network. So he always described me. This is the man who runs a station that is not on air, but is usually on air and always on air. That's Matthew Otalike for you. He can support you, can motivate you. So I want to appreciate him. I want to say thank you for all your effort, and especially for putting up this television presentation. I know it is beyond that for the younger ones coming into broadcasting. It will do a good thing for them and for all of us who are still in the service, because we are retired but not tired. We still do the needful when it comes to broadcasting and production. So I will pick a copy of the book, and for a price or a launch cost of what I will tell him later. It's between two of us. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much. All right, who would like to go next? Okay, there's someone at the side there. All right, if we can just have two people there. Liz, can you get a mic for Chief? Okay. I'm sorry, apologies, sir. I didn't know someone else was raising.
Mr. Chairman, the author himself, the book reviewer. Let me stand on the existing protocol. I am Chief Obioma Wazie. I retired from here. Okay, I left here just 4 years, to National Assembly, and that was where I retired, formally. When the reviewer was talking about those who stayed put, I rose my hand because I was in ATADs throughout my life. There was a lot of moves to what is holding this man here. They will do, compile their list. At the end of the day, I will still be here. Let me also announce that I'm one person, one civil servant that enjoyed more than 65 queries in my file right now. More than 65. And I'm still retired. Naturally and normally. Because of what? no matter what happened, I can do my job very well. So I'm here. I saw this thing on Facebook yesterday. I said, no, let me come. At least for the purpose of seeing some of these my old, colleagues. And to see Matthews too. So it's been my pleasure. And in those days, we used to have one NTA family. One person cannot be doing something and you're around and you will not go there to at least support, show presence. So it's not just about the cash. I will have the book because what I'm seeing on the airwave these days surprises me. I wondered, do people just go to sit down and pretend to be presenting to the others? Do they not see this kind of book? Or go for any training at all? You just see anything. These days I will watch, I will just switch off without learning anything. So I believe that this book now, for those of those media institutions that's crashed into broadcasting, I believe that this book will do them a lot of good from today. I advise them to come around, pick, buy this book and share to their staff so that we can begin to see some, real professional touch to what they are doing these days. So I congratulate the author because he has really changed the course of broadcasting from this book. So I will have one copy. As a family member, I will also, approach him brotherly and offer what I will give to him, just to encourage him. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. You can take the microphone there. Sorry, apologies, sir. All right, that's Chief Awazi having launched the book. Brotherly, he says you'll see him with so many zeros. Remember, I retired from the National Assembly. Yeah, so the zeros will be very many. All right, next.
Yeah, good afternoon, Chairman. Good afternoon, everyone. I must first of all congratulate Matthews Otalike for writing and publishing this book. I understand what it is, and that is why I'm saying congratulations, Matts. I've known Matthews for a very long time by reputation, but we met in a classroom. Both of us were in the same class in Liverpool. We were about 7 or so Nigerians in that class, but he was the only person that I related with closely, and even after. So on Monday, he sent a message to me. No, Tuesday, he sent a message to me that he's launching a book here. And I sent a message back, I'll be there. And I'm here. So I'll whisper to him what I'm going to give to him. But I must say congratulations, Max. That's the name I used to call him in class, and he used to call me Jim. Thank you very much.
All right. Who else? Okay, someone next. Anyone there would like to speak? Mr. Abdurrahman, did you call me? You want to speak? Yes, the microphone this way, please. Pick at least a copy as you're leaving. For those who are writing promotion exam, I hear that there are some key questions here you might want to read up, and you'll be glad you did.
I stand on the protocol set out by Mr. Kwange much earlier, talking about Matthews Otalike is someone that was an inspiration to people like me. Like the chief did say earlier, in the early days, 80s, 90s, every report seemingly coming out of Sokoto had the trademark of Matthews Otalike, and you wondered whether he was the only person there. But it was a mark of excellence. And some of us that were operating from the states, what we used to call local governments, saw that as a challenge for us to follow. I remember speaking about Matthews Otalike's efforts along with my colleague Paul Ogazi, with whom I was transferred to the network service sometimes early in 1997, just to follow that footstep. So he has come a long way, and like another chief noted, these days, when you hear some presentations, when you look at some presentations on the screen, you wonder whether those people that have been put in there are being monitored at all, or whether they are being mentored at all. So this book comes in handily, and I do believe, apart from the appeal by, I think, one of those people on the high table, that the management of NTA should procure these books and make it available for their reporters and presenters, I think other stations and zones should also follow suit. Because while we have some excellent and damn very good reporters and presenters at the NTA, as are today, I think there are others that are lagging behind and that we need to put up there. Whether you are retired or not, once you see something on NTA, if it is bad, you are going to feel it. If it is good, you are going to identify with it. So we'd like to identify with this. And as a member of the retired family of the chiefs that are in front of me, I'll also get across to Matthews that I fondly call my ZD. And that's just between us. I never served in Enugu, so he wasn't directly my ZD, but he was my inspiration. So I'll get across to him, because definitely I will take a copy of this book. You never finish learning, you know? Thank you very much.
Okay, I see we have a committee of the retirees at that corner. Rogo is also there. Yes, so I'm going to just do meeting. Then launch one big launching based on retirees we want to be. Rogo, let's have how many millions you want to give us?
Well, I'm just a little fish in the big pond of these retirees. But I think the beautiful thing is, when we talk of presentation always, is, you know, it is a field that galvanizes everybody and that forces you to watch. And any book on presentation now, you know, will go a long way to help, you know, in making the tool look more alluring, more beautiful. Well, so it is opening more windows for better broadcasting and other things like that. I'm usually a very shy person and not given to public speeches, so I'm not going to give one now. But I'm going to make a pledge. I'm going to make my own open. I will take a book for 10,000 naira and I will give it prompto. Thank you very much.
All right. Mohammed Amisurogo, NTA News. Thank you very much. I guess we'll wrap up the launch, the launch, but it's not officially over. If you'd like to make a special launch, you can meet Lizzie there. At least everyone should go home with a copy of this book. Very quickly, at this side of the table, we have a friend of the house who says he would like to be anonymous and give us something. Engineer Okpe Ogunsaju. Very quickly. Hello.
Good afternoon, everyone. I don't think things happen out of coincidence. I just walked into NTA to meet the director of programs for one or two conversations. And I walked in here to find a book on journalism. Coincidentally, I have a nephew who is in his final year, and the course he is currently studying is mass communications. So I believe this book will be of immense use to him moving forward. So I'll be willing to launch this with the sum of 20,000 naira. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. I would like to call on someone to the podium before we have the author give us his vote of thank you. And he is the Director General of the Nigerian Television Authority, here represented by the Director of Programs of the NTA, Lawal Ahmed.
Mr. Chairman, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, my very senior colleagues, who some of them are retired, but I can see their faces and hearts very active. In fact, not just hearts, but also their hands. They are very busy doing so many, very, very many things. The author of this book, Matthew Otalike, I used to know him by this sign. Each time he filed a report, he would say at the end of it, Matthews Otalike, NTA News. So I was hearing that until I met him. I never knew he was like this. I met someone who has a very broad mind, who, you know, symbolizes what he at that time was doing, reporting. When you see him, you can see a reporter in him. Just like people like Hamis Urogo, when you see them, you see reporting taking place. I'm representing the DG NTA, who is unavoidably absent this afternoon to grace this occasion. He was about coming, but something took him away, and so therefore he said I should just come here and represent him. And I'm happy and glad to do that. Having said that, at any time anybody who is a professional has written something, it means that person is committing what he personifies into a book and donating it to the world. So what we are doing is just like support. When we, you know, give out whatever amounts to get these books, we are just donating so that these books can travel far and wide, so that they can be useful to those who the writer is intended to reach. It's not like we are buying. You can't buy these books. You can't just buy them. You can only donate something so that the whole idea in the books could flourish, could reach those who need those ideas in that book. And so therefore, let us encourage the writer to do more. This guy has just done maybe something just very small. If we encourage him, he will do so much more, because people like him have a lot in their heads. Some of these guys, if you have an X-ray device to really go and check their heads and see what they have, wow, you'll be amazed at what they can come up as books. They will come up with, you know, a new way of looking at television. I can guarantee you that. So therefore, I'm very excited to represent the DG here for this book launch. And I'm also excited that people are coming up to make donations to acquire this book. DG didn't ask me to make any commitment, but of course NTA is fully committed to this work. And I know NTA is not going to make it public, but NTA is going to be massively behind the purchase of this book. NTA also going to provide the platform for the book to flourish, so that everyone would know about this book. That can be guaranteed. You know about it, Matthew. So don't even go there thinking about NTA is not going to support you. NTA would definitely do that. And was it from you that I started hearing about something they call paralinguistic devices? And I was like, what is it? You know, until he broke it down to mean that it is that device that presenters use to communicate when they are talking. You can see me using gestures. So he would not like to use gestures. He would say, you are using paralinguistic devices. Can you imagine? So that's the kind of person that that guy is. So therefore, if you read this book,
you will take away so many things, even if your dream is not either to become a presenter or to delve into presentation. But I can guarantee you that if you have a copy of this book, anybody who is interested in presentation, that you give to us a donation, that person would forever remember you for helping him or her. So please do the needful. Get at least one copy of the book. You will thank me after. My appeal to the writer is we are in the digital age. I know you may have that dream already, but we are in the digital age. I'm sure you are doing something about converting this book into digital formats. Otherwise, people like me will be lost. I hardly have any physical book these days. I have my books on my phone. I read them as I go. So get me as part of your readers so that you don't miss me. Get it published on Amazon so that we can buy. I want to thank everybody for being here, and I am actually excited that people like Matthews are coming back, writing and dishing out knowledge that they have in their heads. Some people like to die with all the knowledge that they have in their head without writing. So please let us encourage this guy so that he can do so much more. Like if you read the back page of the book, you will see that he's also a documentary producer. We have very few documentarians in Nigeria. Matthew is one of them. And so therefore, if this guy can write about presentation, if his next work is about documentary production, you can imagine what it's going to come out to be. So I encourage all of us to support him. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
The message you've just heard is that of the Director General of the NTA, but the person you've just seen is the Director of Programs of the NTA. Sorry, I hear a couple of us who still like to speak, but the DG have just spoken, and that will end our speeches for today. Please do your lunch. It's still a continual. Please, and also make sure you pick a copy of the book before you leave. And just very quickly, for many of you who would like to make transfers, I have the phone number here. It's a UBA bank account number 2074092981. I very shortly, it's actually showing on the screen now. Maybe if we could have it boldly, it will be better. All right, but that's the account details. It's showing on the screen. All right, it's time for us to hear from the man for whom we've all been gathered, Mr. Matthews Otalike. Let's give him a round of applause as he comes up to the podium.
Good afternoon, friends. Paaleko, chairman of the occasion, my University of Liverpool alumni, friends from all organizations within and outside of NTA, Obiekunye, DKJ Jemba, Chief Charles Awazie, Dr. Sir Wike, interestingly, is knighted by the Pope as a knight of St. Gregory, and so many others who are here. I want to thank you, and to thank you exceedingly for the time you've taken to be with us here. And I'll tell you very briefly, a man who was represented here today, Dr. Nasiru Danladibaku Koguna Sokoto, who is ably represented by Dr. Ola. I would like to confess that he threw the challenge that gave the birth to the book that is being presented today. He said, Matthews, what are you doing? You are television, and television is you. Not just television, but news. So why don't you leave something for posterity? I thought about it, and I thought it's something worth doing. And with the background of teaching at the television college, I thought I should build something around one of the subjects I taught. Currently, I say taught because I no longer go there because of the stresses along the roads. So, in the book you find the news, yes, like the representative of the DG said. What is current, we really have to bring in, and indeed they are there, issues about teleprompter, issues about presentations, issues about the voice, issues about voice health, and a whole lot even how to prepare for it, and location news reporting and all that. All are embedded there. And I think if those who are there now, we have bowed out, if those who are there will make out time. You may hear the pages 266, but I bet you that if you take out time to go through it, within a short period you'll be done. And some of the points raised by our colleagues regarding the downsides of presentation today, these issues are addressed, and I bet you, friends, that you're going to benefit. In fact, one of those who is recording currently was one of my students at the television college. She told me she will be here, and indeed she is. When we discussed online journalism at the TV college, I told them, everybody doesn't have to sit in a cozy office and work for salary, you know, and I'm glad today she's not employed by anyone. She employed herself, and she's not a beggar today. So Rashida Nuru Isman, thank you for your effort. So Chairman, I really, really appreciate you. Chairman has an ailing wife, not ailing in the sense that he's bedridden, but he left her lover, her spouse, to be here and sit all through the over 2 hours of the ceremonies. Ochayeje Olamaboro, I want to thank you sincerely. He said he will be here, and indeed he is. My alumni colleagues, with Emeka Chukwu, they're here, and Akpanda and James. I used to call him Jim in the class in Liverpool, and to date I still call him Jim. So I want to thank all of you. My heart is so large with what to say, but I have very few more words to add. How about Emeka Okwala? He actually made way for me to get to the TV college to teach. He is sad that I say because of stresses, I cannot continue going to the college, but I appreciate his understanding. So thank all of you very much for the time you've taken, for all your kind words, colleagues, friends, still serving and retired. God bless you. God bless you, and God bless you.
All right, thank you. That's the vote of thank you very much for coming from the author, Mr. Matthews Otalike. I hear you can pick a copy of the books. Lizzie, the usher, they would give you the shelf prize. You'll be given the shelf prize. The chairman of this occasion, those members of the high table, our veterans in the broadcasting, special guests, ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the close of this occasion, this book presentation on the television presentation skills. Ensure you leave here with at least a couple. Give one to a friend if need be. You can't be too sure when it will be needed. The phone number, the account number just showed on the screen, so you can please make your transfers if you have to. I understand some packages have been given to you. I understand some packages have been given to you already, and it's for you to take home, and thank you. All right, it's time for us to go now. Let's have a closing prayer. We had an opening prayer. I would like to call on Mohammed Amisu Rogo to please give us a closing prayer. Mohammed, you want to come here, or I should bring the microphone? Okay. All right, he'll do it there.
What we do today will be for the benefit of humanity generally, and it will advance us in the work we do. And may God continue to bless the author and all his family. And may the generation that are here again take on the gauntlet and expand the horizon of information and knowledge to the world, so that at the end of the day, we can be a source of conviction not only to ourselves, but also to the world. And we call on God, the beneficent and the merciful, to always guide us and protect us, to give us good health, and to sustain us in love and brotherhood. In Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen, Ar-Rahmanir Rahim, Maliki Yawmiddin, Iyaka na'budu wa iyaka nasta'in, Ihdinas siratal mustaqim, siratal ladhina an'amta alayhim, غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين إن في خلق السماوات والأرض واختلاف الليل والنهار لآية لأولي الألباب الذين يؤمنون الله قياما وقعودا وعلى جنوبهم ويتفكرون في خلق السماوات والأرض ربنا ما خلقت هذا باطلا سبحانك فقنا عذاب النار ربنا إنك من تدخل النار فقد أهديته وما للظالمين من أنصار ربنا إننا سمعنا مناديا ينادي للإيمان أن آمنوا بربكم فآمنا ربنا فاغفر لنا ذنوبنا وكفر عنا سيئاتنا وتوفنا مع الأبرار ربنا وآتنا ما وعدتنا على رسولك ولا تخزنا يوم القيامة إنك لا تفلح الميعاد سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين.
Thank you very much, Muhammad Amisu Rogo. I would also categorically tell you that he's very vast in the Bible. He has many quotations. He has told me that I can't even remember. Thank you very much, everybody, for doing this with us. My name is Cecile Egbele. Good afternoon.
Stand on the mountains, you raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulder. You raise me up to more than I can be.